And NikkiBobby did have a really good setup there. I'm going last. If I can save the corporation, I want to. If I can make 3 species safely anyway, I would like to. But having the intelligent cooperation is great, so I'm going to put in the 0. And then wonder if I should try and put up a second species in a cooperation. Definitely based on what I see other people playing, whether I think nothing or the second species plus cooperation is the right move here. If I think that they think that there's enough food, then I'll put up the cooperation because I've gone pretty low. The chance for me to actually get it twice, not necessarily very high. But if they also go really low, like if it looks like they're playing like they've gone really low, or they're playing like they're making carnivores, I'll just leave it at 1 species and not bother doing anything. See, that'd be great. And whoops. If someone's doing this, it certainly looks very plausible that I can get away with this. See, I got a 0 in, so if this guy's put in, you know, like a 7 or something, doing this is a pretty good deal. The one problem is him eating one of them, because he's just made something that can eat one of them. I'm not really happy having these be eaten. I mean, you know, funny that. If this works out well for him, and this is not a carnivore, it's not going to be a good game for us. It's not a carnivore. And there is 13 food, so I didn't even, you know, need the cooperation if I went to 2 species. 13 was a tough number to predict there, but I was mainly worried about that more than the amount of food. Okay, 6 makes sense. 4, kinda high for 2 species in second. 3 seems about right for what he did. Yeah, we don't need this. It's not the greatest of defenses, but they'll certainly look like something. So I'm willing to, you know, give it a whirl. -2 is a bit of a low number. This is pretty poorly defended. But we'll see what happens. I might get to eat some. This guy might just outright eat me. Well, hopefully eat someone else. But I think if you were making a carnivore, you'd extinct this. Kind of worried about how much food might be in here though. Okay, 13. Getting 3 out of 16 is not a great result, but there's not enough for everyone else, so there's definitely going to be some stuff starving. I'm not sure why I didn't put one on this side of the warning call, like it is a warning call? So unfortunately, NikkiBobby gets to keep all 4 species alive. Sad result. Yeah, unfortunately these guys did play in a way where they kind of all wanted it to go high, and that just benefits one player more than some of the others. NikkiBobby doesn't really have a choice, he has to eat this. He's just going last next turn. I've seen that he knows how to make effective carnivores. And I really need to draw something to defend this. It's not... that's a Symbiosis. Symbiosis is good. I can get a climbing on here. That's not bad. I can even get a fat tissue running on this one. Yeah, that looks good. This guy, you know, just makes a climbing carnivore or whatever. Get kind of fucked. This could end up being a symbiosis chain going to 3 if he bumps this up one as well. Nope, not sure what he's doing, just hoping there's lots of food for his fat tissue, but also hoping there's not lots of food for everyone else to starve. Seems sort of sensible. See if this guy just, you know, drew a bunch of long necks. Seems like about his MO. Yeah, he definitely took some risks here that paid off really well for him. Risks that I was unwilling to take. I don't think I have to be worried about a carnivore at all, so that's all fine for him. He could have made his own carnivore. We'll see, he might have, you know, made a nice long cooperation chain. Okay, if it is a carnivore, it's just a plain carnivore. Plain carnivores can't attack any of my species, so I'm happy about that. Everyone else has also made fully defended species, and he has to eat this or nothing. So that's really good for us. Not sure what he was expecting to be undefended. Here he was playing last. But I'm happy it happened that way. I think I am gonna have another shot at this. So I'm just gonna take these two first, just in case, you know, I feel like the intelligence is a better idea. And then I'll take, you know, these next. So let's still use the intelligence for 2 here if they all go, but I don't think they're all going. Now, I don't really use the intelligence to get this up to 3, I'm pretty happy with it just having 1. This guy's going to lose a population either way, so he might decide it's worth eating this, and he did. Oh, he has to eat that too, that's good, now that the warning call's dead. So I'm not sure if he thought that one all the way through. He has invested a lot into the carnivore, so keeping it alive is maybe not the worst decision. Definitely fun to just make a pack hunting carnivore right here, right now. See how big I can get it. Well, how big I can get it is in fact exactly 6, which is not really big enough. So what I will do is just, you know, pump some population into everything. Exploit the fact that I'm eating first. Probably save the pack hunting and a carnivore. Put the horns up here just to make it slightly less attractive in case he's, you know, got a climbing up his sleeve. He doesn't know what this is, could be anything. If he's got a pack hunting up his sleeve, this is kind of boned. Just gonna have to live with the fact that this is boned if he's got a pack hunting up his sleeve. If he's got a pack hunting up his sleeve, I definitely do actually want this to have another body size, just so when this dies, this is still defended. It does cost me all my cards, unfortunately. Which means I won't be able to do a fun pack hunting next time, unless there's a lot more food than I'm anticipating. I hope it's worth it. And if these three die, maybe I wind up with a foraging to put here. But if I get to turn this into a pack hunting carnivore next time, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'd prefer to just save them, keep the cooperation chain going if I have to. So if there's only one food, I eat with this one. If there is 2 food, I eat with this one, and if there is at least 3, I eat with this one. So NikkiBobby seems to have a strong belief in making 5 species. I'll probably need to try to exploit that next time I play against him. It means that making a carnivore is far more likely to be successful. Like in situations like this where I had the choice to. I really could have. He might have just added a climbing here. If it's a pack hunting, it's not big enough. Climbing, he has to eat through the horns, this stays alive. I'm pretty happy. Intelligence is a bit annoying, because he might be able to get a lot of cards. Not really sure what he wants to spend 2 cards on as a carnivore. He's already shown he doesn't really care about long neck cooperations. This is good. So I get to use my intelligence and then eat the last one? So I lose the pack hunting, that's fine. This guy's going to lose both of those species, so he might just eat them for free. He actually only has to eat one because of the scavenging corporation, so he can't even extinct these if he wants to. If he wants to extinct something, this is pretty much his only option. But I think you just eat these for free at this point. Well, one of them. That doesn't really seem worth it, because that was going to die anyway. Why waste your card? Oh, that's a nice little long neck burrowing. Don't think the fertile's ever going to be handy. Oh, long neck burrowing is tempting, but fat tissue burrowing is also tempting. We'll see. If it looks like he plays a pack hunting on me, I'll probably do the burrowing. Otherwise, just long neck burrowing out the front. It's only for 1 round, but I'm not even sure if a long neck burrowing single population species is worth it for 1 round. Because like, he did win the last game, he definitely makes some good decisions, but he makes some really atrocious decisions as well. I really haven't been in a position to swing back at him. I mean, I have very slightly. So he needs to spend 2 cards to make this into a big enough pack hunting carnivore to deal with this as a pack hunting carnivore. If he doesn't put those in, I don't put the burrowing up. Again, he's been wasting a lot of cards on actually. I guess because he's got this going on, they're not quite so wasted being spent on just one population, one body size species. But like, they're not great. Yeah, at this point I really wish I could make this into a carnivore, but I can't. Okay, so he has still saved 2 cards, which he could use on any of these species. I think it's probably worthwhile me just pushing all 3 of these up to 3. If this one dies to that, it's kind of a problem. I'll leave that one on 2 because it's got the 2 defensive traits. So I'll put those ones up. I can use intelligence twice right now if I have to, assuming he doesn't eat me before I get the chance to use it once. And I can also use intelligence once and eat. Given his lack of warning calls, I probably don't need to worry too much. Okay, so it's got this really big body size thing, so not this one, but this one over here that he can attack. I should definitely take this first though. But he also just fills up on a single 2. This guy doesn't take any, this guy maybe takes 1. If I take 3, this guy still takes 2 next turn, so it is worth putting my intelligence out right now. I'm not going early enough next round for the burrowing to actually help, so we will... Unfortunately, he does have a pack hunting, so I need something. So I'm going to save the burrowing, because I'm almost definitely going to want to put it up, just to preserve this species a little, depending on whether I draw something better. Right now what I'd love to draw next turn is our fat tissue carnivore. I just stick them on this species, make it... That was interesting. Thanks for the food, guy. Because I'd be happy to make a giant fat tissue carnivore and assault this with it. With climbing. Climbing doesn't do much for me at the moment. Yep, cool choice. I may very well be winning at the moment, so it may even be a good choice. But you still want to attack something bigger than that, so maybe this as well. Okay, he's going to let himself... oh, I can eat this. That's unfortunate for me. It's not a fat tissue, but can certainly get some attacks going. The ambush doesn't look that helpful right now. Just in case he puts one up though, I think I'm not going to need a lot of body size, so we'll use the pack hunting. This would be really kind of cool to get running. Like, whatever, he can extinct it. I guess, that's a thing I can do. Also look into extincting that after he extincts this. Which in that case, I'll leave it at 1 population and just go this far. If he decides to make this, you know, climbing right now, I don't think he will. Yeah, I can eat up a bunch of his stuff. He can eat this, and then I can eat up a bunch more of his stuff. I'm happy with that. Yeah, it seems weird to leave this intelligence open like this. But I think it'll be okay to aim at him with it, because he's pretty vindictive right now. He's just he's hurling shit at me. He can attack it instead of this. We'll see if he does. Like, sure, I can save 1 card for making sure I can use it once on something that's got 2 body size for my final feed, but barely worth it, right? Compared to just hoping he attacks me. Because I think him attacking me is, like, really the best outcome here. And I'm just doing this to attack those. Yeah. I think it's okay to hope that he'll do that. It's not the best to hope that he'll do that. That's marginally unfortunate that he is sharing the plan. Because I am a little bit short on cards. And we're going to fill him up as we attack, as him especially. But if he wants to get this extincted, he's going to have to do it quickly. Should probably still take this right now. He can attack this if he wants, doesn't do very much. He can attack this if he needs to. This guy could attack this, which is an interesting choice. Yeah, I was really looking forward to the idea that this guy uses his intelligence to extinct this species. That's what this intelligence was all about. It was a gamble that may have gone awry, though. And if I'd gone to 3-4 body size, I could have just attacked this. Yep, so this hasn't worked out well for me at all. That was that in the end was a pretty poor gamble. I think I'll eat one of these just, you know, before I can't, and I get to eat that food anyway because this guy will be full. Yeah, I could have just put 4 body size in to give myself a safety eat. I was clearly not paying enough attention to that possibility. Sweet! That is exactly what I wanted. There's actually no 2 body size species that I can hit, so I'm just going to have to hit 3, except this one. That might even be worthwhile for me at some point. I really don't like this species. Extincting would be great, but right now I'm going to lose 2 points by doing this and gain myself 4 points. Well, 2 points if I eat it twice, so I think my best bet is actually eating this twice because it's got 2 body size. So maybe I could have extincted that instead. But it looks like it's going to be this. Not extincted, got me 2 food each time. To, you know, save an extra population for each card. I didn't win. I probably should have attacked DynamicThor at the end instead of NikkiBobby. I actually did win. There's a surprise. I made exactly the right choice at the end. Yeah, DynamicThor actually handed me the game by extincting my species.